So funny story, this video was meant to be a makeup tutorial look on how to get this kind of 1930s look. Didn't go very well. So you got a book video instead. Yay! Hello everybody. I'm going to do the classics book tag. I was tagged by Vienna from It's a Books World, who is the original creator of this tag. I think it is a brilliant idea. I don't think there's any tags out there just about classic books, so I was so grateful to be tagged. So thank you very much. Let's get started. The first question is an overhyped classic you didn't like. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you probably know which one I'm going to suggest, but if you don't know, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Now, don't get me wrong, I think this is just genius. It's a masterpiece. It is a beautifully written book. It has such beautiful dialogue, beautiful surroundings of the moors, of the manor itself, such great cast of characters. And Jane, when she's a child, is just brilliant. However, when she kind of grows up and she's no longer a child, she just reminds me of a toddler having a tantrum. I just kind of want to slap her around the face like a wet fish. She's so annoying. She's so annoying. Ugh. And it just completely ruins the book for me. It should have been a 5 out of 5 star book. It should be. But Jane, she's so boring and she just goes off on one and flies off the handle at the slightest thing. I'm just like, grow up. So, yeah, sorry, Jane Eyre. Please don't hate me. Question number 2 is my favourite time period to read about. Looking at my favourite books, it's probably between the 1910s and the 1950s. And I think part of the reason for this is that I'm a sociology graduate. So, sociologically speaking, there's such a rise in individualisation happening at this period, which kind of leads us to how our society has kind of come to where it is today. And I find that really interesting, particularly kind of women's point of view. I think that's brilliant, and that's what I like to read about. I like to read about kind of women's point of view, and a lot of my favourite books are from this sort of time period. So yeah, 1910s, 1950s. Question 3 is my favourite fairy tale. Now, without a shadow of a doubt, hands down, if I was watching a DVD Disney film, without a shadow of a doubt, I'd pick up Beauty and the Beast. However, I haven't read it. So, a fairy tale that I've actually read, Snow White, probably my favourite one. I've got this version, which is by Camille Rose Garcia, and of course written by the Brothers Grimm. It's a beautiful copy. It's quite dark, but if you've actually read the story of Snow White, then you'll realise it is quite dark. Lovely. It's an extremely dark and twisted story, and the Disney version definitely lightens it up a lot. Question 4 is my most embarrassed classic I haven't read yet. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Oops. I think the reason why I haven't read this book is because in my head I think it's kind of a gloomy book, and I'm never in the mood for these sort of books, and that's why I haven't got round to reading it. So it might be, you know, a jolly tale. I don't know, I've never read it, so let me know if I should read it. I own like 5 Daphne du Maurier books and I haven't read any of them. Oops. Question 5 is my top 5 classics I want to read soon. So I've got 5 here to show you. The first is Where Angels Fear to Tread by Ian Forster. I have never read any Forster. This is his first work, so I thought I'll start at the beginning. I don't really know what it's about, to be honest. I know that his style of writing is quite witty and quite comic in a way, so that's why I was kind of drawn to him. So I've got that one. Next, I want to read This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Has anyone else done this? They read The Great Gatsby because the film was coming out and then bought the other works because they're in beautiful editions and haven't read any of them since. Guilty. I do want to read more of his work because he writes just so beautifully. It's just sheer laziness. Then I have Three Men on a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome. The reason why it put me off is because I hate these Wordsworth Classics editions that cost £1.99 and it's really cheap, but the writing is so small. However, it does come with pictures in this one. It's meant to be really funny, and I've read the first sentence. There were four of us. Three men on a boat. There were four of us. Interesting. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Up the Villa by W. Somerset Maugham. Love Maugham. Love Maugham's writing. Ow. It's coming up to like springtime and the weather's beautiful outside, and I think this would just be lovely to read outside in the gardens or by a pond or sitting by the river. And finally, another classic that isn't that well known but is known to me and one that I really want to read. That is Sparkling Cyanide by Agatha Christie. I don't know why I haven't read this yet. Just, I need to read it. 6. Favourite book / series based on a classic. So I didn't know what to pick for this one. My favourite book is actually based on a classic, but my favourite book is a classic in itself. Does that make sense? Yeah. So for this one I decided to go for something slightly obvious, and that is Bridget Jones by Helen Fielding, which was of course based upon Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So yay. Question 7. Favourite film / TV series based on a classic. I'm going to split this into two parts. I'm going to split this into favourite TV series and then favourite film. So favourite TV series, I have got the Jeeves and Wooster series. This was done by ITV Studios. I think it's just brilliant. And of course is based on the classic books Jeeves and Wooster series by P.G. Wodehouse. This one is The Inimitable Jeeves and I gave it 5 stars and it's awesome. So those two, fabulous. Favourite film adaptation, I've gone for Bright Young Things, which is directed by Stephen Fry and has just an amazing cast. It has people like Peter O'Toole, Julie Mackenzie, David Tennant, so awesome. And of course that was based on the book Vile Bodies by Yves Lemoine, and they're awesome too. The things that I really like about these ones that I picked out is because I think character-wise the actors have really just read them and digested them as literally become their own, and I think it's just brilliant. 8. Worst classic to film adaptation. I went for Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I went for the new version. I think it's the one with Helena Bonham Carter in. I bought the DVD thinking, ooh, really excited to watch that. I was so interested by it that I fell asleep. Yeah, I was that bored and I don't want to watch it again. Just no. No. Boring. No. 9. Favourite editions I'd like to buy more classic books from. So like everyone, Persephone, they're amazing, such a great publisher, such beautiful quality, and yeah, uniformed, amazing. Everyone loves Persephone. I know a lot of people on this tag have actually said Persephone, but the reason why Persephone is so good is because yes, they are expensive, but where else are you going to get these books from? These are books that have gone out of print. And Persephone have, you know, republished them in these beautiful editions, so I want to get some more of these. And I also want to collect copies of Virago modern classics. The one that I'm going to show is Wild Strawberries by Angela Thirkell, which I recommend you all read because it was in my February wrap-up. Virago, again, they print, I don't know if it's all women or mostly women, modern classics, and they do it in such beautiful editions like this one. I just literally, I want to collect them all. I want to go down all the list and read every single one because I'm an addict. And finally 10, an underhyped classic that I want every single person to read on this earth. Patience by John Coates. Read this. This was in my February wrap-up and I said how good it was. I think I might do a full review of this and some other Persephone books that I've been reading recently. This is so good. It's from the 1950s, which I know is a time period that lots of people like to read about. It's about adultery and it's about religion, but it doesn't kind of like force it down your throat. It's just beautiful. So yes, please read it. Please read it. So that's it. That is the completed classics book tag. Thank you very much again for tagging me. It was absolutely brilliant. I had so much fun doing this. As for people to tag to do it, I honestly don't know who's done it and who hasn't done it and who's been tagged but hasn't done it yet. So I'm just going to say, if you are new to BookTube like myself and would like to do this tag, then I tag you to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I shall see you soon for the next one. Bye for now.